Good evening and welcome to Hartford. We're at Hartford Public Access at 20-28 Sargent Street in Hartford. It's the world headquarters of the Whaler guys, and you guys are the brigade. Exciting news, Pete. What the hell's going on tonight?
Wow, geez, I tell you, out of the blue, and you happen to find it, the legislative Twitter account, I guess you would call it, tweeted out that there was a bill proposed to be on the legislative session. Yesterday, January 10th, Kurt Vail put in a nice little law to get Whaler vanity license plates. So after 5 long years, which felt like we were in Shawshank, trying to get a license plate built, boy, I could see why government's tough. I mean, 5 years to get a license plate. I mean, this is kind of crazy, but you know.
You have more gray hair.
I have more gray hair.
Yeah, I know.
But hey, we it's up there now, so now it goes to a vote, and God help any legislator who does not vote yes for Hartford Whaler license plate, because it's going to the Hartford Foundation for Public Giving. So it's for charity, and we're all going to have them. So now we can wave to each other, say, "Hey, there's a Whaler fan," you know, because we all got the logo right on there. Yeah, you're on our team, and you know, this is the type of thing that's going to keep the progress going of keeping the Whaler memory alive, and it's doing a good thing. I mean, everything. It's just not a bad thing about this.
No.
You know, other than you know, maybe some Bruin fans are upset
Why do you have to bring them up
because
all
they
the time?
suck.
Oh, cut it out. Listen,
Yes.
I told you until they come back,
Yep.
I like Boston.
Oh no, I know that. That's your problem.
Oh, shut up. So anyways, what this did was, you know, Kurt Vail, the representative from the Stafford Springs Summers area, introduced this bill yesterday. He put it forth, and now it's up for review in the Transportation Committee.
Right.
So we have over 800 signatures. We only needed 400. We doubled it.
Right.
You know why? Because you're on our team.
That's right.
You guys are the brigade, and you know when we need to get stuff done.
Yeah, lots of stuff.
We can do it.
We're full of stuff.
We're full of stuff. We've been peddling stuff for a while. 5 years, 6 years,
Yeah.
290 shows talking about our Hartford Whalers, and now you can proudly display that license plate once it's passed through the Transportation Committee on your vehicle.
Yeah.
What a better gift. You know?
It's a great thing, and you know, it's great because you see so many plates in Connecticut. They have a Penn State plate, they got a Red Sox plate, they got all those guys never played here. So let's get a Whaler plate.
And we have to remember,
Yeah.
it's a lot easier for the legislature, Kurt Vail
Yep.
and Marie, to
Yep.
get this done with teams that actually exist.
Yeah.
The Red Sox, the Yankees, Penn State, those are teams that actually exist.
That's a little bit easier.
We had to do a fair amount of stretching here.
Yeah, I mean-
This is our team, and we believe they exist.
Yeah, I mean, this is like, you know, we're hunting for Bigfoot. And
we-
we want a Bigfoot
That's
plate.
right.
And, yeah, well, we think he's out there. And
But the NHL was very good. They worked with Kurt Vail and Marie to get this done. And it's very, very important that you know that these guys worked very hard to work with the NHL,
Yeah.
because you remember, the NHL owns the the trademark and all the monies. So this is a big deal. You know,
it is, and we can't thank Kurt Vail enough, because I'll tell you, we put this out there several years ago, and we knew we needed a legislative sponsor. We needed somebody who was in there to propose the bill. We needed that buy-in, and only one guy really stepped up to the plate, and that was Kurt Vail. And we can't, you know, we appreciate that so much. He's, you know, got that on there. So now, you know, I can't see any reason why this should not happen. I mean, for one thing, it's you know, for good cause. It's got all these good reasons, and you know, the bottom line is people want this thing. I mean, we joke about how much we've been kicking the can. Then it's like, you know, keep it going. But honestly, if there wasn't demand for it, it probably wouldn't have flown like it has. Now we put it out on our social media, and we got 27,000 views
on one post
for that license
one
plate.
post.
And the popular response: I want one. I live in Mass. I live in North Carolina. I live in Seattle. Now you can't get one. I'm sorry.
No.
Maybe unless you steal one off someone's
we'll take
car.
a
And then,
we'll
you know.
take a picture and send it to you.
Yeah.
And
But
the other thing you have to realize is this is huge, because the NHL now knows that the state of Connecticut is going to offer a Hartford Whalers license plate.
Right.
Again, the NHL needs to know that we have enough support here for an NHL club. And this is just another notch in our belt saying,
Yeah.
hey, You remember the DMV commissioner at the time, like we said in our off-air show, was like, you need 400 signatures. Yeah, we said we have 800.
Yeah.
And then he got all of a sudden Jackie Gleason on me and did the humming.
Yeah.
Because then he had to retract and say, okay, we have to look into this. Because you know what? You guys came through. You guys signed that petition.
Right.
And you guys made this happen. We're only the voice for you guys. So the more that you guys tell us what you want, we can go after it.
Yeah.
Listen, we don't care that we kick the can or stir the pot, poke the turd, whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it. You know what? We're going to make it happen because we still believe in the Whalers coming back to Hartford.
Yeah.
Now, some people think we're crazy, but you know what? We're crazy together.
Oh, sure. And that's, people I saw on social media, people said, well, the money's going to the NHL. No, that's not the
No.
case. They already
No.
talked to the NHL. The NHL was kind of like, knock your socks off.
Mm-hmm.
I heard some people say, well, it's going to the Carolina Hurricanes. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
I don't even know if we do that. I think I'd take the whole thing and just blow it up
Oh,
and it's going
absolutely.
to Carmanos.
No.
We don't want that happening.
No.
So,
He's looking for money in all the wrong places.
This is going back into the state. It's a good thing, and it keeps conversation going. So we keep pushing to this Whaler thing. The next thing, of course, is the Excel Center. That is the keystone of the whole thing. But at some point, you'll be able to go. Next time you have to dredge through the whole DMV thing, you can say, well, at least I'm getting a Whaler license plate out of this whole deal.
Exactly.
And again, because there's demand, because this is an NHL city.
It is.
Yep.
Don't get me started with the billboard.
Yeah.
No, this is our city.
Yeah.
Remember, the people that buy this stuff, that buy the apparel, buy the hats, buy the shirts, buy the sweatshirts, buy the jerseys, it's because it's our team.
Right.
It's Hartford.
Yep.
It's Connecticut.
Yeah.
It's what we believe in.
That's
and we
right.
still believe in it when they're gone. And that's where this is a huge deal. Yeah. And when we get into, I've talked to some media people, they understand what we're doing, and a couple of passed on some text messages to us, and it was very nice for them to say, hey, cool, great job, way to go. You know what? It's starting to get them to buy into it is the real big deal. We got you guys. We're all together in this fight. To get those people to do it, hell yeah. So you got some questions?
We got some great responses just from the post alone. Here, Fred Artman has probably the best, short little post. He says, finally, a good law. Yeah, I'll agree to that. Let's toast to that. Finally a law that everybody can get behind. Megan Miller Aubrey says, I'll take 2.
There you go.
So there you go. She's got 1 for each car probably. And then so many people, and I feel bad for you, but if you're out of state, Christian Ledford says, I'd be all over this license plate option if I ever moved to Connecticut. So how about that, Governor Malloy? People want to move to Connecticut just to get a Whaler license plate. Now tell me this team's not coming back.
That's right. We got to do it. You know what? You sit there, and he's always trying to keep businesses here.
Yeah.
And now you have people who want to move
Yeah.
back for the license plate.
Yeah.
Good. Bring the team back, and
Yeah.
holy crap,
Yeah.
what will happen? People want
Yeah.
to come back to the city.
Hey, maybe you should do something like, get a Whaler license plate when you buy season tickets.
There you go.
How about that?
That'd be a great thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're going to see with regard to when we get into the final. Kurt Vale and Marie and the legislators might want to have a press conference. I think if you're available when that press conference is, when they do announce that this passes,
Yeah.
we all have to come.
Yeah.
Grab your jerseys, grab everything,
Yeah.
and show up at the legislative office building and show your pride that you're thrilled that we're going to have license plates. Because you know what? Then again, it's step number 2 to say we believe in this.
Yeah, and we got some great poster board of the license plate. And that was another thing people tell me, well, they didn't like to design a license plate. Relax. These are renderings. This is something that Jerry and I and Joe Oxtolis of Minuteman Press in Bristol came up with just to have a visual, a rendering, something to show you guys. Because, it feels better when you see something. Now, we don't know what the plates will actually look like. They're probably going to look similar to how the other plates look with the Red Sox or the Penn State or something like that. But regardless, it's going to have a big, fat, 80s Whaler logo on it. So we're excited about that.
That is the one. Remember, that's a Peter Good rendition.
Yes.
And that's the one we like the best. We do.
Yeah.
You might like the gray involved,
Yeah.
but you know what? We have a feeling that's the one that they're going to go with because that was the original Hartford Whalers logo.
Peter Good made the logo is so phenomenal. His middle name must be Damn. Peter Damn Good. That is just a damn good logo.
Right.
So, we'll have to tell him that, hey, your logo may be on a license plate someday. So
Yes, we're going to have to push that to him because
Yeah.
Peter Good is a phenomenal person.
Yeah.
He's a fan of us. We have conversations. When we had him with the Bristol Blues, he was thrilled to be there. He was thrilled to sign his name on that logo.
Yeah.
He was
Now you can
so
have him sign a
happy-
license plate.
Right? He was so happy to be part of that event. And,
Yeah.
and he is part of Whaler history. He's the guy that made that logo.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, we'll keep pushing this. And like I said, we can use those poster boards probably at the St. Patrick's Day parade and have people carry them.
Sure.
And now we're showing them to 75,000 people, and everyone's going to say, "Why did they have Whaler license plate?" Well, because the
they're on their
legislature's
way.
going to vote for it.
That's
so
right.
that's great. You know, the Whaler license plate. We're just happy to get that done. You know, like I said, we've had this idea for 5 years. We ran into Kurt Vale, and everything kind of slowly. I mean, it's like a kidney stone, but I mean, you know, finally,
It's the state of Connecticut.
yeah, it hasn't passed yet, but
we're almost there.
But we're there. So you know, that's the really good news. Now on the ice, UConn just had a pretty big game against Yale last Saturday at the XL Center, and it was a little there was a little bit of concern because there was a snowstorm in the middle of the day, and you know, the whole thought was, boy, no one's going to show up to this game, and they drew you know, a little under 5,000 people, and even the pep band for UConn, they they didn't want
They
the kids,
canceled it,
yeah, they
yeah.
want the kids traveling from UConn all the way to Hartford in this you know, storm. So, but you know, he still got good attendance. It was a good, well-attended game. UConn really came out flat. I mean, they got outshot 13-0 through the first like 10 minutes. So Yale was all over them, and they put Huska in net, which is interesting because he just came off that World Junior Championship.
Right.
Tage Thompson
Probably had jet lag.
Yeah, Tage Thompson played as well. So they both rushed back, and you know, once UConn was down 13-0, finally somebody drilled a shot from just about the blue line, and it went to the center of the Yale goalie, and he made the save, and the crowd erupts. And you know,
Well, they
that's
give him a
what
Bronx cheer?
But that's a great thing.
It's passion.
It's
That's
passion.
right, yes.
And it shows that they're like paying attention. They know they're being outshot 13-0, and they're not happy about it.
That's right.
And you can't blame them. So once they you know, almost UConn hearing that mock cheer, it actually kind of revitalized them a little bit, and they took a 2-1 lead. And it was like, holy cow, they're leading Yale.
Yep.
But unfortunately, and this happens to UConn a little bit too often, they had a 5-minute, the guy got a game misconduct, and it was a 5-minute uninterrupted power play for Yale. Yale scored 2 goals. They went up 3-2. They added an extra insurance goal, and it was 4-2, and that's how that game ended. So UConn played well, and I don't know if they were expected really to win that game because Yale's a really good team. But on the other hand, they play Maine tomorrow night in Bridgeport, Thursday night game in Bridgeport, and this Saturday they play at Frozen Fenway.
And
which is
remember,
quite an event.
those times have changed.
Yeah, we
There
should make
has
note of
been a
that.
train. It's 1:30 for the UConn
Yep.
game, and was it 5 o'clock
Yeah,
for
it
the
was
second game?
Yep, New Hampshire.
And that's
yep.
just so all the Massachusetts people can get home and watch the Patriots play at
right,
night.
right.
But
Which-
the
yep.
weather looks good, a little chilly, but 36.
Not bad.
So Peter's going to represent the Whaler
Yep.
guys. I have a family commitment I have to
Yeah.
take part in. But he will report from Frozen Fenway.
Yeah.
Hopefully, maybe do a live shot.
Yeah, I probably could.
Facebook Live.
I should,
And,
you know?
and you're going to wear your Whaler gear?
Well, we'll see about that. I don't want to look ridiculous because, you know, I did talk to the UConn guys. You know, it is a media press pass, so, you know, we want to look the part. But it was really nice for Hockey East to recognize us and our support of UConn and how we do the show for UConn, you know, to give us media passes. Makes us feel like big shots.
Yeah.
You know, so we'll be up at the press box.
We're
so.
very proud of that because we
Yeah.
try to put together a semi-professional TV show, and you know, it's great to be recognized not only by UConn and Bob Crawford over at the Wolfpack for giving us those
Yep.
media passes, and we thank both Bill Peterson and Bob Crawford for giving us those press passes to cover
Absolutely.
Hartford hockey. It's very important that everyone knows what's going on, and you know, for now, you getting involved going to Fenway, that's just another reason why we continue to do it in the way we do it.
Sure.
We agreed when we started this show
Yeah.
that it would be a professional show, that
Yep.
we would try to keep things semi-clean.
I want to have some fun, but you know, we want to remain credible, and that's the type of thing, especially in this world where you know, news and stuff travels
Fake
so
news,
fast.
fake
Fake
news,
news.
fake
Fake news.
news. Yeah.
That's what we don't want any fake Whaler news. You know, and to be honest, we've heard whoppers that we've never repeated because it's just like, you know, that smells a little south of cheese. I don't know if that's, but you know, you keep it under your hat, and when it doesn't pan out, then you're like, I'm glad I didn't say anything.
That's right.
So that's why we're talking about the license plate now. This whole time we've been hoping it works out. Now that it's finally, you know, in this legislative session, and we knew that it was supposed to be, but now it's in black and white, and we can see it.
And it's wonderful to finally see that happen.
Yeah.
And like Peter said, anyone who votes against this is a complete moron. He didn't say moron, I said moron.
You know, they're going to be answering some questions.
But the
'cause-
good news is we can not vote for them the next time they run for office.
Sure.
But still, you know, this is so important that you contact your legislative body and that is go on the website, see who represents your area,
Yep.
and let them know how much you want that license plate. Send them an email.
Yeah.
Bother the hell out of them, because you know what? If we don't say anything, what's the sense of doing this, really?
Yeah.
I mean, we're all beating the drum, but how loudly are we beating the drum?
Yeah.
Let's rap the snot out of it.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's break the drum.
Yeah, I mean,
let's
more
let
like-
them know.
Like a Keith Moon performance or something.
Right. I would represent. I'd send my email, but mine's Markley, and he doesn't like the Excel Center, so
Yeah.
you know he doesn't like the license plate,
Yeah.
and he can go fry his ass.
Yeah, we
because
should-
you know what?
yeah.
No, I'm not sending an email to
You
him.
should write him.
But the other guy who handles my area was named the House Speaker,
Oh, okay.
so he's getting one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Because I can.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And you know, this is what we need to do. You know, like I said, I can't tell you enough. When they had the Whaler lottery tickets, how much that brought attention back to the Whalers in Hartford, and they got that great response. They brought Jeff Sanderson in. They got 200 people on a Wednesday at noon. So you know, the drive to keep the Whaler memory is always there, and we're able to tap into that. And it's because of all you guys, and we really appreciate it. So let's keep this ball rolling on everything. Let's
And
get
remember,
the Excel done and get the plates done and get
Peter
everything
and I
done.
talked about this in our off-air show because we did a podcast before we came in here. Remember, look for our podcast, which is Shut Your Blowhole.
Yep.
It's episode number 22.
Yep.
We talked about it, that instead of just reminiscing about our Whaler history,
Yep.
that we do have to keep an eye on, it's about keeping them in the forefront, that we're driving to the horizon
Right.
instead of looking at it in the rearview mirror.
Yeah.
Let's go for it. We've
Yeah.
got nothing to lose.
No,
You
and-
guys have nothing to lose.
No.
If you want to continue to just bring up the memories, which are wonderful, don't get me wrong, but damn it, let's move forward and get this stuff done.
Yeah.
Because you know what? This is the way we operate.
Yeah, getting these plates done. It's almost like in Rocky IV, you know, when Ivan Drago, he's iron, you know, and then, you know, got a good left hook in there.
Yep.
And all of a sudden the Russian's cut, he's cut, you know, he's bleeding. And it's like, you see, he's a machine, he's a man, not a machine.
That's right.
And this is not a pipe dream. This is a mission. So that's what we're doing here. This is a Whaler mission.
We are not done yet. And
Nope.
you know what? Like I said out in the car earlier,
Yeah.
it's about tasting blood. You know what? We're tasting blood because
Yeah.
we're getting that license plate.
Yeah.
That's only one step.
Yeah, yeah.
We're ready.
Yeah.
Let's fight
Yeah.
for our right.
Yeah, right now. Yeah, so I mean, you know, we're excited about that, obviously, and you know, the Yukon season will continue on. The Frozen Fenway will be great, and we do love to reminisce about the Whalers.
We do.
We do, and there's something that happened.
It's 40 years ago today.
Yeah.
1975. January 11th, 1975 was the first professional hockey game in Hartford at the Hartford Civic Center when the Whalers took on the San Diego Mariners
Right.
and ended up winning the game 4-3 in front of a sellout crowd.
Yeah.
And remember, who scored the first goal for the Whalers?
Yeah, Don Blackburn.
Don Blackburn, who was then scoring for the Whalers and then becoming the head coach of the Hartford Whalers later on.
Yeah.
You know, it's great to understand the tradition. A lot of us only remember the 86, 87 season.
Yeah.
But it goes much deeper than that. Remember, Johnny McKenzie, Rick Lee, Larry Plow.
Yeah.
You had, what's his name? Don Blackburn.
Yeah.
You had the Carlson brothers.
Tommy Webster,
You had
yeah.
Tommy Webster. You had Mike Antonovich. You had the Krister and Tommy Abrahamson. One
Yeah,
played
the
goal, one
brothers.
was defense.
Yeah.
You know, there's so much history in Hartford. Today, was it Dave Barr was the
No
Whaler
way,
of the
really?
day.
Yeah.
And, you know, every day we have to give out a shout to Matthew Berry and Gabe Rosa, who handle
Yeah.
our social media every day. It's just gotten so much that we needed other people to help us out. A belated happy birthday to Gabe Rosa. It was
Yeah.
his birthday the other day.
Happy birthday, Gabe.
birthday. And, you know, this is one of those things where you sit there and say, you know, we're two guys doing a TV show. You guys are the brigade. And these are two guys that work tirelessly to put out all the information that we try to put out to you guys.
They do a great job.
Matthew Berry's working on our tag for tonight because hopefully by the end of the night or tomorrow, we're going to get 1,000 likes on Facebook. Never would I have think we would have gotten to 1,000 likes.
Yeah.
We're over 450 on Twitter. You know, Instagram's over 150.
Yeah.
This is great because you know what? It's our community. It's our Whaler community.
Yep.
And it's you guys who are sending us all the energy to continue to do what we do.
Yeah, I mean, we get such great luck with that. You know, we had John Hodgman, who was kind of following us on our Instagram page.
Yep.
You know, we get tons of likes from Dennis House, WFSB,
Yep.
Channel 3. You know, we showed him the license plate, so hopefully.
Mark Robbins,
Yep.
who used to be with WFSB Sports, is
Yep.
now with Vantage Sports, his own sports show. And he says, hey, you guys still doing that show? I said, yeah. He goes, here's my email address. Give me your Google Drive password, and I'll upload your shows to my sports show. So West Hartford Public Access has contacted us.
That's right.
Cox Communications is carrying us on 19 channels all the way down to Fairfield.
Yep.
So, you know, we are out there, and we're trying to do the best we can to maintain this Whaler Brigade, this Whaler history, and damn it, we're going to get this team back, because you know what? We're in charge of this.
Yeah, and you know, the stories don't end. Like I said, you know, there's Fenway this weekend, but next week, Wednesday, the Business for Downtown Hartford is having a meeting in the Coliseum Club at the XL Center with special guests, CRDA, the Capital Region Development Authority's Executive Director, Michael Freemuth, who's Mr. XL Center to us, so you know, he knows I'm going to be there to pester him.
Yep.
But anyway, you know, he's going to speak to the Business for Downtown Council and talk about the modernizing the XL Center and the importance of it. And you could see that, you know, them trying to keep this in the discussion is their way of saying that they want to push forward with this XL renovation. And with a new legislature, that's going to be what they're trying to do, is get people to, you know, to buy into it. And we always say this is not like putting, you know, some decorative stuff on your car. This is about, you know, getting the transmission done, getting new tires, getting things that'll keep the building running and make it profitable. Right now, we're throwing money into a hole. So, you know, we'll tell you about that, because you know what? Next Wednesday we're doing a show, and at 12 o'clock we'll be talking to Michael Freemuth. So we'll have it hot off the press for you 6 o'clock next Wednesday.
Yeah, and remember, it's not only to make the XL Center run correctly and profitable, it's about make it marketable.
Yeah.
You know, we need to make this marketable, where if a owner from a team who wants to relocate his team comes in, he has to look at something that is worthwhile bringing a hockey club into. Not only that, our corporate support, which was very good for the Whalers when they were here, needs to also be invested in this.
Yep.
So Aetna, Travelers, United Healthcare, all those big companies need to invest their money in the XL Center one way or another. Listen, it's your neighborhood. You're a neighbor in our community.
Right.
You know, it's not just your employees come in here 9 to 5. Maybe they want to hang out after, go to the pubs, they want to go to a hockey game, they want to go to a basketball game. UConn women won their 90th, tied their record last night with their 90th win.
Wow.
And you know what? This is something we need to be proud of.
Yeah.
The only place we want them to play is a renovated XL Center.
Yeah, and that's why I think it'll get done, because in the bottom line, if the NHL never returns, UConn cannot survive without that. They won't be able to make the money that they need to. And so that being there as it is, I mean, the state's not going to be able to turn away all that money that UConn can bring in. You know, all the tournaments. I mean, they're having the basketball tournament this year. So, you know, we're going to keep up with that.
And the other thing is, as we know, that you have a commitment from UConn. If this XL Center is renovated, they're ready to sign a 20-year commitment. So a 20-year commitment is money in the bank. And that's what we have to remember,
That's
that
right.
we have someone waiting to put money into the XL Center.
Yep.
So when they talk about the red, the black, whatever, well, we can be in the black if UConn signs that lease for 20 years and they're a partial tenant with an NHL club or an AHL club, depending where we go and who's interested in coming to Hartford. You said it before, aren't we? The 30th largest market
the 30th largest media market in the country.
without a professional sports team.
That means, you know, I think the next one up is Sacramento. In other words, if the Kings from Sacramento moved, then Sacramento would be a bigger market. But just to give you a comparison, you know, Sacramento's not exactly chump change of a city.
Yeah.
So it's that big. It's, you know, it's bigger. It's got better TV revenue than Quebec. It's, you know, it's got better attendance than Carolina. So you know what I'm
Everyone's got
saying?
better attendance than Carolina.
Well, not the Wolfpack, but what are you gonna do? It is,
listen.
but that's a different league. So.
It is.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to wrap it up, and we appreciate your time once again. Thank you so much for supporting the Whaler guys and the Whalers Brigade, because you know what? We're one nation under green because we know who we have, and we have you. And if you're not on our team, shut your blowhole. You guys have a great night, and thank you for all your support.